Hi, everyone. I am Laurie Ann. I am that gal from Milton, Ontario, Canada, and I am with.
I am that guy. I am Roy Miller from Dallas, Texas, and welcome to our How We See It podcast. Tonight we have a special guest, Laurie Gardner. She's from Oregon in the U.S., and she is a coach, a branding specialist. She works with network marketers to help them market their business. So welcome, Laurie.
Thank you. Thank you, Roy and Laurie Ann.
And by the way, I saw on Facebook where you won an award.
Welcome.
I did for, this is my second year in a mastermind class that I take.
Mm-hmm.
Great group of high performing women are in that class or that mastermind. And I have the ability to learn from all these wonderful women entrepreneurs. So, and they're doing all kinds of things, not just network marketing, but coaching too, and other businesses.
So you use attraction marketing as well, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes. We can't be out there spamming and putting all kinds of company products out there with the company name. It just irritates people, and it's not a way to do business on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So going back to your mastermind,
Mm-hmm.
just how important for people is belonging to a mastermind?
It's so important. In our mastermind, we have 3 coaches. They're at high level coaching to not only help us with our mindset to be able to step into that person that we need to be in order to make more money or to build our business up to a different level. So it's so exciting to be in there and to be with a group of like-minded people. Yeah, it's very important.
So can you tell us a little bit about where you started and your little journey from there to where you are today?
Sure. When I a few years back, probably about 5 years back, well, I'd been a dental hygienist for 20 years, and then I went into sales for major medical, and that became so negative. And I'm really a positive person, so I did a right turn and did Aflac. We've all heard of Aflac. And that was great and wonderful. But during this time, my husband was, he was sick. And I wanted to do something where I could be home and not have to worry about him. And so I chose a company called Legal Shield. We probably all heard about that. Great company. But I went online and I didn't know one thing about marketing, or it's different going online. So I didn't know anything about marketing or selling online. And I did all the crazy mistakes that people do, like spamming and all that. But I quickly learned that that's not the thing to do. And there was some negativity there. So I finally found this learning platform that really helped me along to get organized, to have systems in place, and I grew that way. Unfortunately, during this time, my husband did pass away, and so here I am, a widow, and it's a scary time. It's a very scary time in your life, and I want to make sure that I had, underneath my belt some educational programs that would help me learn, grow, and profit from my business. And actually, I've had different MLMs that I've been in. Now I'm not really doing any MLMs, but I enjoy teaching. So I got into building a Facebook group and teaching women my age that are, 40 and above, that they want to retire too, and they aren't sure about how they're going to make it in retirement. How money is going to stretch. So I help. That's my perfect client to help, because a lot of them are coming from the corporate world, and what I do is I help them get a strong foundation in their business, and then teach them different strategies like the branding and the attraction marketing and content strategies, and then move them along so that they can get into profit fast. And that could be using MLMs or whatever their business is. So I really enjoy doing that, and I've gotten some additional coaching that that they've helped me to figure out an offer, to do a framework for an offer, and I'm going to be launching that soon with one-on-one coaching, and then eventually go to group coaching. I love it. It's practically everybody in my Facebook groups are grandmas. And I'm a grandma. I'm like a Gigi myself.
I love that. So are you going to be creating a online course for this as well, Laurie, or?
I think
Plan?
right now it's going to be coaching, but
Okay.
yeah, I have the framework for an online course. But right now it's in the coaching modes, and then I'll turn it into a course. Yeah.
So do you have a perfect name for that? I'm sorry, but I love that you said that we're all grandmothers or that all my age. I mean, if you're hitting that niche, that is,
Yeah.
I don't know do you have an idea of when somebody looks, because you're in the branding. So I would imagine that you have that in your mind of what you're going to get as far as a title of when somebody looks at it and they go, yeah, I'm over 40. I need to hang out with this lady.
Well, well, I post a lot of pictures on my profile of my grandkids, and also my Facebook group is called Retirement Freedom by Design Online Marketing.
Beautiful.
So yeah, I think that fits the bill.
Yeah.
Well,
so you yourself personally paid for coaching as you were coming through learning, correct?
Yeah, anytime I hit a roadblock, I have learned, because I've spent a lot of money trying to figure all this out myself, and I have learned that you just need to go to a person who's really good at doing what you want to do, and hire a coach. So I've had several different coaches.
So that cuts your learning curve way.
Yes, it does.
And even if coaching is reasonably expensive, still the trial and error is a lot more expensive, in my opinion.
Exactly, and that's what people don't realize when they get online. I was just talking to a lady not too long ago, and I just kept telling her, you don't know what you don't know. And there's so many things that you can do. But if you don't know, you keep yourself at a certain level, and you're not growing. So
I understand, sorry, Roy, for interrupting, but I earlier made a note that you said Affleck. I know that you said people. Okay.
Insurance.
The duck.
Yeah, it's insurance.
Oh,
Okay,
you're in
but
the,
we're in Canada, so
yeah.
understand there's going to be people listening to this, and I'm sitting there going, as you all know, and I'm going, well, no, we don't. So
Oh,
it's insurance sorry, I just wanted to clarify that just in case anybody out there would be saying, oh, I'm supposed to know this and I don't.
yeah. It's supplemental insurance that helps pay your bills if you get hurt or sick.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay, so we have that in Canada where there are different ones, and I'm sure across the world they have different ones. They're called a little bit different. So, okay, I get that. So it's a supplementary insurance, which is really important that a lot of people don't know about. Even in Canada, we have OHIP, and people think that that's going to cover everything, but it doesn't.
it doesn't, yeah.
It doesn't.
This is to go along with your major medical.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a standalone.
Yeah, because
No.
like one company I worked for, every year in December, they would come in and say, okay, you know, do you want to take out for the next year? Do you want to upgrade your insurance or whatever? So yeah. But yeah, sorry. I just assume everybody knows what everything is.
Yeah, it sure came in handy when because my husband had cancer, and we had the cancer plan. I still do, and it really came and paid out a lot of money when he after he passed.
And this is not, by the way, anybody listening. We are not selling insurance on
No.
here. Having known, but I want to make sure this is a disclaimer.
Right.
But I highly recommend getting it because it's the same thing with my nephew who passed at 28 of cancer, and his mother said she was very happy that she had that. Even in Canada, who think that everything's covered, it's not. And that extra insurance is really important. It won't cover everything just on OHIP. Certain age becomes a little bit more. When you hit over 65, they cover a little bit more. But if you're anything below 65, there's going to be those. So no, this is not a sales thing, but it is saying to people out there, if there is a coverage, don't think that you're just covered. Extra coverage is worthwhile.
Yeah.
Life insurance too.
Yes.
There you go. That's my spiel. Bye. And I'm not selling it.
Yeah, I don't do it anymore because it requires, you have to go there was a lot of driving involved and all around the state and Washington, and it's just, I'd rather be, well, at the time I wanted to be home with my husband and take care of him too, plus, still continue with an income. So
Well,
I don't do that anymore.
Laurie, we were talking
But they
earlier.
switched it though to actually a lot of it's being online when you're talking. Sorry, Roy.
Yes, they did. Yeah, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
But they didn't
You don't have to go visit specifically if there are people who are in the COVID state. You can actually do this online. So it's changed that whole thing of getting in your car and having to be face to face.
Yeah,
to a third degree. Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
All
right, sorry, Roy, I interrupted, but I was
okay.
just curious.
When I started online, here I suffer from shiny object syndrome.
Oh, me too. I did.
So I would go and I would get this course and I would go through it, and trying to do it. And just about the time I finished it, where I thought, okay, I've got this, then all of a sudden you go online and there's, oh, this isn't working anymore. Now this is the new thing. And then, okay, I'll get a course on that, go through that. Then by the time I got through with that, there's another new thing. And I can't tell you how much money I've spent.
I know.
In which I would have been better off. Of course, this is back before video, and it was just all, here's your course, study it, read it. Video is a lot, for me, helps me learn better.
Video.
Yeah, but I would get frustrated because they give you all these screenshots. Click here. The screenshot they have in the paper would be different on the computer because I guess it's upgraded or whatever. It used to frustrate the crap out of me. But anyway, so I wish early on there was coaches available and I would have gotten coaching rather than trying to figure it out myself.
Because they can keep you on track, put blinders on. Now I just put my blinders on and I have to tell myself no. No. As if I see something.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting because I had that next question for you, Laurie.
Uh-huh.
was I, believe it or not, just before I came on here, I watched this group of people and you just said it. They were saying, say no. Do you coach your people to focus on one thing? Because that's the problem with network marketing and multi-streams. But then you try and go to multi-streams and you lose everything. And then, like I always make the joke about, you get overwhelmed so that you end up watching Netflix all the time and not doing anything.
Right, exactly.
Right. So you do coach people to do that, because I think that's really important, particularly in this particular time, because everything's being thrown at you.
Yes, I do coach on mindset, and I coach on learning to say no, and to actually, yes, to avoid that shiny object syndrome and just focus on one thing, master it, and then move on to the next. So yes, very important, because you can get that going here and going here. Well, this is part of that, and and then you're right. Then you just give up and you don't do anything.
Well, I mean,
Praise your God.
well, yeah, hey, but you know, you got to think about it. There is so much information coming at you so fast that you get overwhelmed.
Yes.
You don't know where to start. You don't know where to stop. You're like, oh my gosh, you know. And I've always said, play like I'm a first grader. Show me what to do step by step. You know, do this. Okay, I got that done. What's next? Okay, now do this. Instead of saying, go do these 7 things.
Right.
You know,
It's overwhelming.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Laurie, do you teach them to go through that process? Because you can be sitting there going, oh, I've got this great opportunity, and then another one comes on the next day. So this one goes to this side, this one goes over here, that one goes over there. Oh, I want to write a book, that one goes over there. And then all of a sudden you got 5 things all over your plate. Instead of just saying, okay, I need that book done. I'm going to get that done. Oh, that's going to put that aside. But aren't we in a generation, I even think that because we're all close to the same age, where it's really hard to say, oh no, I can't put this aside for this too, but it's not going to get done anyway. That focus thing is what I'm trying to say. Do you coach them through saying, don't take on too much, take 1 or 2 maximum, or something like that?
Yes. And with my program, I just take them through step by step, hand in hand.
Nice.
And I have them at the beginning. We talk about being committed to, it's 12 weeks of coaching, and to not do anything during these 12 weeks except for what's in this program. And then again, work on the mindset, and we start out and we do one thing at a time. Actually, I find out where they're at and start there, you know, and then move from there. But yes, that is so important.
Prioritize.
Yes, and it's so important, because even in coaching, and I've done challenges and those kind of things, you could do the best challenge, and there's a lot of people doing the challenge, and they're not really doing it. They're just listening to coming every day and listening. So they're not implementing. So if you don't implement, you're not going to do what you need to do to build your business. So we have a little talk at the beginning and get committed.
It's funny you mentioned the I word, because I was in a group and the guy was talking about that. He goes, look, I can show you, I can tell you everything, but if you don't implement what I tell you to do, it's a waste of your time and mine.
Yes.
He said, you know, all right. He had like a 7-day little thing he did. He goes, all right, so every day you're gonna have an assignment. Some are gonna be longer than others, some are short, but you know, so when you come back tomorrow, you're gonna have to show me that you actually did this. He said,
Homework. Yep.
He said, because if you come back tomorrow and say, well, my dog got sick, he said, I'm just going to tell you, just drop out because you're not ready.
Yeah, that's so important.
Because if you're not going to implement what I tell you, we're wasting each other's time.
Yeah, got to have that commitment. If you don't have that commitment, then you're wasting your money.
Yeah.
So
Here's the other side to that, though, Roy, because that's where Roy and I come back, and I have a question for you, Laurie. So you put a 30-day challenge in front of somebody. I'm good for challenges. Oh my goodness, bring them on. But that 30 days goes away. What next? And this is the problem with sometimes challenges, is that there's a time limit to it. And then, if you're challenging, so you're going to run that mile, you're going to get it, you're going to win it. But then you're going, okay, now what?
The next step.
Right. But a lot of times they don't give you a next step.
Oh, at the end of the challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just said, okay, I did that. Now what?
Well, at the end of my challenges, I try and move them into my program.
Yeah. Usually a challenge is just the gateway.
The gateway
to the actual program, or it's
right.
just that, okay, this person was committed enough to follow through.
Mm-hmm.
They're ready for the next level. The people that didn't follow through aren't.
Nope.
It's basically a culling process.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but that would be the secret to, as Laurie is saying, she takes them, sorry for interrupting, but this is what I'm trying to get to, is you're not just letting them stop that challenge and go, what's next? You're saying, okay, now you're ready to progress. There's a lot of programs that will give you challenges, and at the end of it, it's like, there's nothing there. And you're going, okay, so I did this, and now you're giving me another challenge, but the last challenge didn't get me to going into a program. So I love what you said. Well, they finished the challenge. That's when I bring them in.
The action takers are the ones that will move ahead. Yeah. And so you can kind of tell as you go on. And by the way, I've never done a 30, I've been in a challenge where it's 30 days or more, but I don't do 30 days. I can't last 30 days. So if I can't last, I assume there's a lot of other people out there that can't last 30 days.
Three days, 5 days, that's pretty typical.
5 days, yeah.
I can do 30, I can do 60. If you put me up to the challenge, I can do it, but I want to have my reward at the end of it, for goodness sakes. Should I do this for nothing?
Yeah.
Okay, here's your cookie. You made 30 days.
Yeah. But I want it bigger than a cookie. I want that program. If I did this, come on, if I'm going to pay into this and give me a break at the end of it when I'm going into the next step or something. Anyway, it's kind of funny, but it's true. We love challenges as humans, but at the end of the challenge, we love the reward.
Yes, and it gives people an opportunity to show how you coach and teach during, well, mine's 5 days, but during that time period. So by the time you get to the end, then you give them a presentation to move them into a different program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use the
and you're
challenge.
carrying them to say, you've done it, now you're ready to graduate to the next level.
Yeah.
It's basically a funnel.
Yeah. Huh?
A challenge is basically a funnel.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
But you've got to make sure that the people have something at the end of it, to know that there's something at the end of that funnel. I think that's many times where I've seen challenges and I go, they're great, and you achieve something, but then it just drops off the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
You go, where's my next challenge now?
Yeah.
I keep trying to climb a mountain, and I really believe that most people do.
Climb the mountain?
Well, people our age, let me, for myself, in my job, I was a multitasker. I had 100 things going on at the same time, day after day, all day. So I think people from our generation are basically multitaskers, most of us. We're used to doing more than one thing.
Right.
So, like as your point a while ago, is here. It's hard for people like us to drop down and just focus on this and push the other stuff away, or for me, now I'm a big to-do list person. I mean, that's, I love a to-do list because I get stuff done when I have it.
Yeah.
But focus on one thing, it's hard to get people to do that.
But I have people block out time on their calendar for working on whatever we're working on. So, and to have focus on whatever project we're doing, probably for that reason. Because if you're not doing your daily, your daily method of operation, you're gonna, I don't want you to do that, but set aside some learning time where you can just focus on the task ahead.
Well, I learned time blocking from a coach. It's like, let's say Laurie Ann used the example of writing a book. So he said, okay, so what you need to do, you go here Tuesday from 10 to 11, I'm going to be working on my book. And that's what I do. From 2 to 4, I'm doing this. And that way, okay, in 7 days, I'm going to have this done, or 14 days, whatever. But, and he said, close the door, go to your office, set a timer, set it for 1 hour or however long you're going to block out. Don't stop. Focus only on that. Don't answer the phone. Don't look at Facebook. Focus on that one thing. When the hour's up, take a break, go to the bathroom, get you a drink of water or whatever. Come back, do the same thing on your next task.
Right.
And really, when you do that, it's amazing how much you get done.
Yes.
And that's what I was going to ask Laurie again. Sorry for interrupting, but you're talking about putting a calendar together. Do you provide through your coaching those tools? Because I ask people that if you're going to coach me, are you going to coach me with also tools? Because what kind of calendars do I use? How do I motivate myself? How do I keep everything in place? A lot of coaches don't guide you with that, but it sounds like you do.
Well, I'll guide them with that, but everybody has their favorite calendar, and whether they do their blocks online or in a paper calendar, a book. I just tell me I have to have a calendar. Everybody should, in network marketing, should have a calendar ready. But yes, other tools, I tell them ahead of time that they need them to move through the program. Like part of the program is using Aweber, which is a autoresponder. And because we put together their email list, which is very, very important to collect leads, and they need Aweber.
Cool.
Yeah. So if someone were to come to you, say, hey, Laurie, I'm thinking I want to start an online business. And you go, okay. And so you say, all right, well, what do you want to do? Well, I don't know.
What do they want to do?
Yeah, what you say, what do you want to do? Well, I don't know. I just want to do an online business. What would you tell them?
I would tell them, what is something that you can talk about that you love talking about? Because it's a Facebook is a it's using communication. You're communicating with somebody. So what is something that you can talk about all the time? You got to find your passion. You got to find your little hole, and you got to figure it out. Usually my clientele, they are network marketers. So far I haven't had that problem. But yeah, if somebody came out of the corporate world and was just starting out, we there'd be a discussion. We'd have a discovery call and see what lights their fancy up.
Okay, good.
Because you can do just about anything online.
Mm-hmm.
Just about anything. But why not do something that you enjoy and that you can talk to people about and that you feel good about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of people hop from here and there. They get in front of somebody that talks them into something. They don't know a lot about it, and they haven't done their research to find out if a particular company would, is what they would enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Or selling.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything, Laurie?
I don't. I think that was just really fun because I know that there's so many people into this. And Laurie, it's so nice that you're there to provide services for people. And if there's somebody coming out of a corporate and they go, I don't know what to do. So where would they find you?
They would find me on my Facebook page. It's Laurie L. Gardner. And then they can surely find me in my Facebook group, which is Retirement Freedom by Design Online Marketing.
Okay, great.
And that's a free group too. Like people in there get a lot of good information in there, and it's a free group.
Okay.
Nice.
Great.
So I'm just going to get this right. Retirement Freedom by Design Online Marketing on Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, Laurie, thanks a lot for taking the time to be with us. Really enjoyed what you had to say.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. This was fun.
And we will have this up and send people your way. We're going to have the link to it. If you have any comments when we link it to Facebook and wherever we're sending it, please add the comments underneath whatever we're posting. So if you have anything more to say about what you stand for, what you want to do more, because I put in what notes I put in and what Roy's given me. But if you want to comment underneath where our posts, please do. Because people want to hear about this. There's a lot of people our age who are sitting there going, I can't really retire yet, but I don't want to go and work as, a greeter or a retail. I want to be home. I want to be safe and I want to do that. And you're offering that opportunity. So thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Yes, a lot of people have gifts that they can give to others, and it's all about reaching out to others and helping others live their dreams.
Yes, for sure.
Oh.
Okay, Laurie. Well, thanks a lot. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care, honey.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.